The Father's Immeasurable Sacrifice, June 17th, from a devotional entitled God's Amazing Grace by Ellen G. White. Herein is love, not that we loved God, but that He loved us. He sent His Son to be the propitiation for our sins. 1 John 4:10. Love is the underlying principle of God's government in heaven and earth, and it must be the foundation of the Christian's character, and love will be revealed in sacrifice. The plan of redemption was laid in sacrifice, a sacrifice so broad and deep and high that it is immeasurable. Christ gave all for us, and those who receive Christ will be ready to sacrifice all for the sake of their Redeemer. When Adam's sin plunged the race into hopeless misery, God might have cut Himself loose from the fallen beings. He might have treated them as sinners deserved to be treated. He might have commanded the angels of heaven to pour out upon our world the vials of His wrath. He might have removed this dark blot from the universe. But He did not do this. Instead of banishing them from His presence, He came still nearer to the fallen race. He gave His Son to become bone of our bone and flesh of our flesh. The gift of God to man is beyond all computation. Nothing was withheld. God would not permit it to be said that He could have done more, or revealed to humanity a greater measure of love. In the gift of Christ, He gave all heaven. Those who have professed to love Christ have not comprehended the relation which exists between them and God, and it is still but dimly outlined to their understanding. But they vaguely comprehend the amazing grace of God in giving His only-begotten Son for the salvation of the world. In order to secure man to Himself and ensure his eternal salvation, Christ left the royal courts of heaven and came to this earth, endured the agonies of sin and shame in man's stead, and died to make him free. In view of the infinite peace paid for man's redemption, how dare any professing the name of Christ treat with indifference one of His little ones? How patiently, kindly, and affectionately should they deal with the purchase of the blood of Christ?